Hello. Hi, everybody. I am Tricia. I got it going. Cindy, text me if I don't. I am Tricia. I am part of the Lime Thyme team. I want to say thank you to Essential Sisterhood for inviting us to share our Young Living journeys with everybody. We are so excited. I love this little series we're doing. So I am newly a Young Living Silver. This is my first month. I hit it last month. Yay! And I'm under Dr. Cindy, whose story we heard just a couple weeks ago. Like I said, my name's Tricia. I have a husband, Scott, and he's a police officer. And I have two children, Ellie Grace. She's 2.5, and Molly May, and she is 1.5. And I'm 6 months pregnant with our third, and it's a little boy. We are so excited. I started with Young Living just over a year ago. It was September of last year, so just about 13 months. And just a year ago, and this is my story of kind of how it all came about. So Scott, my husband, got out of the Marine Corps last summer, a year ago summer. We didn't have any insurance or a paycheck or anything. We were just kind of going. We had a little girl, a 15-month-old little girl, and a newborn little girl at the time. And so I was very nervous about not having insurance or money or anything like that. It was kind of a nerve-wracking time. My first encounter with essential oils was during that time. I knew Dr. Cindy from another, we did a mommy workout program together. And I one night woke up in the middle of the night with like excruciating stomach pain. And I thought maybe I didn't know what was going on. My husband was freaking out. We were thinking, we can't go to the hospital. I don't know what to do. So all we did was think to text our chiropractor friend. Thought maybe she knows something. So we called her, and she came over. That next morning got us some oils, and literally the pain was like almost instantly gone. We actually drove to Oklahoma the next day, all the way from Texas, and it was incredible. Like, it was just amazing. I thought this had to be a coincidence. Like, there's no way. And so the next time we used them was at that time Molly May was like 3 or 4 months old. It was my very first time to leave her with a babysitter that wasn't like my mom or dad, mother-in-law or dad. And I didn't know what was going on. Ellie had never thrown up, and Molly was so little. And she just kept throwing up, just dry heaving. It was awful. So I rushed home and scooped her up, and she was so pitiful. And I came home and called Cindy again, and Cindy came over and brought us some Digize, and literally she did not throw up again. Like, it was the most incredible thing. Like, she was dry heaving probably every 2 or 3 minutes, and after that she didn't throw up at all, like not even once. And at that point I was like, okay, can this really be a coincidence? Can this happening again? So we decided that we wanted to buy a starter kit. Well, we didn't have any money for that. So my mom passed away about 3 years ago now, and when I was born, there was a bond that I had from her, and I decided, I had been saving it because I felt like this was money from my mom, and I didn't know how I wanted to use it, but I knew it needed to be special or something good. And so I ended up cashing that and using it to buy my starter kit. And I love that, because now I feel like she is a part of this whole journey. I love that every time I rub oils on my kids when they're sick, it's kind of like their grandmom's there, and just that I feel that she's, moms are comforters, they're there to help, and that's exactly what these oils have done for our family. And I love that I feel like my mom gets to be part of that in a way. And so after I bought my starter kit, of course, then I kept wanting more oils, and I felt like I needed more. So Cindy started helping me with kind of the business side, teaming me up with people, getting me going. And honestly, I was pretty oblivious to it all. I was focused on my 2 little babies. I knew that this whole oil thing was great, and I was really into that, but I had no idea about it. Like I'm really not good at this business thing. Like, that's not even on my radar. It wasn't a year ago, I just thought, okay, whatever, you know, like I really like Cindy and she's pretty great and it's fun to talk to her all the time about this. So I'm just going to keep doing what she's telling me to do and I'll get it figured out. So I just kind of kept following her advice and I got my first check and it was like over $200. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute, like I can really make some money doing this. And so I remember when that check came out, I was so proud of myself, just so excited, called her, showed my dad, showed my husband, everybody. I was so pumped. And so I realized like, hey, if I just keep doing this, I can pay for my oils every month and then I can get oils every single month and we can always be healthy and well. And now I don't have to be afraid that we don't have insurance and I'm making some money and it was just like a win-win. So I started just kind of doing it, you know, every so often I would just tell people about it. And I remember the first time I posted on Facebook about essential oils and I was, it wasn't even like a salesy type thing. It was like, hey, I use my the night at like 6 months old or something, just being excited about, I don't even think it was like an intentional sales pitch. And so I posted about them and I got 24 people asking me about them. And I was just kind of like, whoa, like this isn't like a weird, crazy thing. Like people are into this and they want to do this. So I called up Cindy and I was like, what do I do? All these people want it. And so I ended up writing out to all of those people, like kind of like an intro thing. And it basically was just testimonies of the different oils and what they had done for our family and why I love them. And so I had that and I sent it out to all those people and all of a sudden all these people started signing up and then these people would sign up and then they would call me and say, hey, my baby slept too, or my baby stopped throwing up too, or my muscles stopped hurting. All of these awesome stories of I've had pain my whole life and then, you know, I put this on and it went away. And I was just, again, blown away by just how powerful these oils can be and how they're blessing all these people. So I started deciding I need to learn more because now all these people were coming to me asking questions and I still felt like I had no idea what I was doing. And so I started going to some classes. I went to a few, learned more. I felt like every time I would go to a class, I wouldn't be able to write fast enough to like even get the gist of what was going on. But every time I went, I did feel like I learned a ton of information, even when it was the same class over and over I was going to. So eventually, when I felt more confident, Cindy came to my house and she co-taught a class with me. And I feel like I just kind of regurgitated what she had said and then add my own testimonies in there to the oils. And it ended up going really well. And all of a sudden I had like this new confidence, like, oh, I can do this. So I started teaching my own classes. I remember being so nervous for my very first one. And it was, it went really well though. Like everyone afterwards told me how informative it was and how they appreciated all the information. And I was just kind of blown away. Like you thought that I knew something, like you thought that was good from me. And I loved that. Like I loved that confidence that I was getting from, knowing that I'm helping them, I'm telling them information they didn't know, and feeling like maybe I do know something about this. Maybe this could really work. So last October, this same month, a year ago, I had 3 members. I had 3 people under me, and 2 of them were my best friends. So does that even really count? So I had 3 people under me, and now this October I have over 250, just from sharing these oils and teaching little classes of 4 to 5 people in people's houses, and then them doing the same thing. I have 2 girls under me who signed up because they saw the effectiveness of these oils, and now they are thriving. They're 2 really amazing people who have just, this business has just been an incredible blessing in both their lives. And it's just so cool for me to see what this has done for me, and then to be able to help them, and watch their lives be just as blessed as mine has through this. So I started just wanting to pay for my oils, just thinking, okay, if I could just make like $200 a month, I can order everything I could ever possibly, need for, that month. And so I started just doing that. And then my paychecks were increasing. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to pay for oils. And then I'm going to pay for my daughter to be able to go to like a Mother's Day out program a couple times a week, because that'll really help me be able to focus on my business. And then as well as when the new baby comes, have some bonding time with him. So then it got to the point where I was like, okay, oils and Mother's Day out, and then I'm going to pay for my groceries. Then I'll be able to contribute to our family in that way. And then now it's like, I'm going to pay for my oils, and maybe Mother's Day out and groceries. And you know what? Why don't I just go ahead and work on paying off our debt at the same time? So it's just been each month of just the checks have been increasing and increasing and just blessing our family more and more, which has allowed me to bless other families by giving people kits or like incentives that I know that will help people and that I want people to have and that I'm able to give them when they sign up. And it's just been almost more than I can even talk about. Like I just get so excited. I love it. I love these oils. So Cindy and the leaders from Essential Sisterhood asked us a few things that we could share. One of them was your why. Why are you doing this? What keeps you going? Why do you keep doing this? And I thought about this for a long time, thinking, why do I do this? What is it? And honestly, I just love to help people. Like I love knowing that these oils are going to work. And countless people have come to me and said, hey, I've been trying this and I just can't get relief. What can I do? And I'll say, hey, why don't you try this? Maybe this will work. This worked for me. You could try it. And then they'll work for them. And just relief they haven't had ever, in their whole lives. Or maybe their baby hasn't slept and they just are desperate for a night of sleep or whatever it might be. Like the oils really work. And I know that I'm as Texan as they come. And there's a lot of people who, think it's crazy or whatever, hippie. And you know what? I don't really care if it is because they work. Like they really, really work. And I can't deny the benefits of it at all. Every single time someone calls me to tell me a Young Living testimony, I thank the Lord that He provided these incredible plants for us. Like He gave us everything we needed to use, and now they're here and they're in these oils and they're changing lives all the time. Every day we have new people signing up and just so many incredible stories that lives are being impacted. And I'm so thankful for the opportunity to continue to do this. I love it so much. I truly, with all my heart, believe that relationships and helping people are the backbone of this company and this business. And I don't know many others that can say that. Like I try to personally have contact with every single person who signs up for me and just to see how they're doing, what I can do to help them, what else they can, what they need, or if they have questions, how I can help them. And I love that. I love getting texts and calls and messages and emails every day about these things. It never feels like, oh, work, I have to do this. Like it's just exciting to be able to change lives and to watch people get so excited as I do when I talk about them. And so every time I feel maybe overwhelmed or I get like caught up in this multi-level marketing, this MLM thing really isn't me, or, I don't know if I have time for this, those little things that get in the back of your head or whatever. And instantly, like within the next couple days, I'll get new people signing up or an awesome testimony, something that happened. And it's just a constant reminder from the Lord that this is where He has me and this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And honestly, I feel like that's my why. Because I feel this is what I'm supposed to do. And I feel that this is right to share these oils, and these oils are amazing. And so I can't stop. Like I can't just keep them to myself. I have to keep going and I have to keep telling people about how awesome they are. So I have a couple of different instances that I would like to share with y'all about friends who have used them and just things that have really encouraged me. So one of my best friends, she has been a missionary in Africa the past couple of years, and she was just a couple weeks ago, she called me and she was over there and she got, how there's all kinds of weird stuff in the water or whatever. She got like a weird stomach thing, and at this particular trip, she was only there for a week, the place that she was at. And she had this weird stomach bug thing going on. And she was just throwing up and feeling awful and thinking, oh no, I'm going to have to waste a whole day. Oh, and on top of it, it was her birthday that particular day. Just thinking she was going to have to waste the whole day being sick. And that was not what, that's not how she wanted to spend her birthday, much less a day that she could be sharing the Lord with people. And so she ended up trying some oil on her stomach. And she said, like, she was literally in the bathroom about to throw up. I'm sorry, this is getting graphic. And she rubbed it on, and she like instantly didn't feel like she had to anymore. That it just took that pain away, just took that complete feeling. And that just is like, happy birthday, like the fact that I was able to share that with her, and that she she used that and it worked and was able to go about her day. I love that. That brought me so much joy to hear. And then I had another little girl in one of my classes. I was doing a class for her mom. She was probably 8 or 9. I don't know. She came up to me, showing me, she had like a wart on her finger, and she came up to me and was just beaming, showing me that she had been using beads on her finger and it was coming off, and just thinking, I know what it's like to be a little girl, like the embarrassment from that stuff, or boys in the class or whatever, people making fun of her, and just that she was so excited, this little girl excited that these were helping her when nothing else could. And that just, I love that. I love seeing her, that these oils are touching her in such a way. And I can only imagine how that felt for her mom, knowing that she was able to provide something like this for her daughter that was safe and so effective, and bring confidence and so much joy to her daughter. I won't get over how happy she was. Another question that they asked us is, what was the best thing that you have done with a Young Living check? And this one was kind of hard for me because I feel like most of the time I use my checks on oil, like I told y'all, those main things. And related to Young Living, like I'll use them for growing my business, or blessing my team, or providing incentives for new members, or helping people sign up, whatever it is. But this month, now that I hit silver, my checks have significantly increased, and so this will be my first month to buy anything specifically for myself, and I'm getting myself a pair of winter boots, so I'm really excited about that. I'm probably going to go tomorrow, actually. So very excited. That was the best thing I could think of for that one. Another question we had is, what have I learned about myself? And I have always felt like I wasn't, there wasn't like one thing that I'm just like awesome at, like, oh yeah, that's Tricia, she's really good at sewing or whatever, like that was never me. And I have just felt like this has given me so much confidence, like that I can do this, that Cindy kind of not pushed me into it, but she really encouraged me to get there and to start this, and just kind of to a point where I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'm doing it. And I am, like, I'm doing it. I'm capable of this. And that with Christ, like, it's going to happen. And I don't do a lot of things independently. I'm not really like a trendsetter or a leader. I've always kind of thought of myself as more like an encourager or a cheerleader type. And you know what? I think that's exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here, just to show them and encourage them to keep going, to keep trying, to keep putting that on, or to keep ordering this, or just keep applying, and just to keep sharing these things. And because they are, I don't know how many times I've said it, changing lives and working. And so I just feel like that I have learned through this that I can do it. Even just getting up here right now is pretty nerve-wracking. I don't know who's watching this, or like it's nerve-wracking. It's pushing me beyond my limits and showing me things that I can do, and that I am capable of stuff that aren't really inside my comfort zone. I mean, who wants to get on the internet and talk to whoever knows how many people and share this personal stuff? But I'm doing it. See, I can do this. So those are my main things here. That's kind of my little story that I wanted to share with y'all. I want to do a little raffle, and you have 10 minutes to answer this question, and you will win yourself a raffle prize. You will go over to the Facebook page for the Catching Fire series, and you've got 10 minutes to answer this question to get yourself entered. From now, it is 8:20, so by 8:30 we'll close it. The question is, how would you use an extra $500 per month? Would you use on groceries? Would you buy more oils? Would you go buy boots? What would you do? I liked that number. When I started out, I was making about $200 a month, and now I'm making well over, more like $2,000 a month, and that's just been amazing for us. And so 500 is pretty average, and I think that is a great number. So how would you use an extra $500 per month if you had it? How could that bless you? How could that help your family? And if you want to check back on our Facebook page for session 5, it should be scheduled soon. So thank you so much for tuning in to session 4. I hope this was encouraging to you.